we're diving into something a little bit different, but super exciting. Meet the Nex Playground, a game-changing entertainment system that brings active fun right into your living room. In this video, I'll give you a full review, unboxing, setup, features, games, and overall experience that the Nex Playground offers. Before we go any further, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Nex, but all opinions expressed are my own. Now, you all know I usually talk about screen-free options for kids, focusing on engaging in educational experiences without the digital buzz. But what if I told you there's a way to combine the energy of physical play with the interactive magic of screens in a way that's not only fun, but also beneficial? That's right. The Playground turns screen time into active play, promoting physical activity and enhancing coordination. The first time I saw the Nex Playground, I immediately thought of the Nintendo Wii, which seems to have given birth to several other gaming companies to make similar products like the Microsoft Kinect and the PlayStation Move. The Playground is actually closest to the Microsoft Kinect, but that was officially discontinued in 2017, making it nearly impossible to find family-friendly games that use body motion to play. Sure, there might be plenty of family-friendly games available on the Nintendo Switch, but the key is using body motion without having to hold onto a controller to track it. So why was I looking for something like this to play for my child, and why is it important? Like I mentioned in a previous video, not all screen time is created equal. There's a difference between passive and active screen time. Passive screen time is what you consider the dark side. This is where kids are just passively consuming media, zoning out in front of the TV, or endlessly scrolling through YouTube or social media. Active screen time gets kids moving or thinking, like the Nex Playground, which involves the child to physically move to play the game. This can boost fitness as well as enhance their coordination skills. Trust me, while these games are fun, they also do take a lot of energy and hand-eye coordination. With that in mind, it's time to put the Nex Playground to test. We've discussed the value of active screen time. Now let's explore how Nex Playground delivers on this concept with their innovative gaming platform. Let's do a quick unboxing to see what's all included when you purchase the Playground. Let's remove this, it's just a little sleeve over here. Just go and open that. It just opens up. And there we have the Playground. The unit looks pretty cute, pretty small. Just for comparison, let me go ahead and get my phone out of my pocket. So iPhone 15, this is the size comparison. It has a HDMI port and then a Type-C charging port. There's the camera. Let's put this aside for now. Let's see what else is inside this box. Alright, so here is the power adapter. I do want to note that although it is Type-C, you do want to go ahead and only use this included power adapter that's with it. And then we have here a remote control. It's a nice little remote. Has a joystick, a back button. Let me see a little bit better view. So it's joystick, back button, home, and then you also have a USB-C charging port. This wrist guard is attached. It does have this little yellow thing here that lets you adjust so that it can go ahead and put it to your wrist and lock it in so it doesn't fly out. I guess kind of similar to the Nintendo Wii. Right, let's see what else. Here we have something that says a little mystery in here. Let's see what it is. Oh, this little tips and tricks it looks like they have. I assume that this is gonna be, this, give or take, this is the manual. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and read through all this before you set it up, or you can just watch this video and I'll tell you how to set it up. Okay, this is the angler. So this, depending on where you mount the Nex Playground, you're gonna use this angler, or you might need the angler. So I'll go a little bit more detail into this a little bit later. And I believe that is everything that is included. Let me go and check just in case. Oh, nope. There's a this is the HDMI cord that I was talking about. HDMI to HDMI. Alright, so before I show you the setup process, let's go ahead and see what we're going to plug in to turn the device on and get it working. It's pretty simple. It's really only two things to plug. The USB-C power cord that's included, as well as the HDMI. And another big reason to use the included power adapter, USB-C one, is because if this lens guard right here When not in use, it can be placed in the back when you're playing games, and then when you're done playing, you can just go ahead and snap it to the front to protect your lens. All right, so now let's talk about the setup process. It's pretty simple, just follow the instructions, but I'll give you a quick run through anyways. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is push the back and home button for 5 seconds to make sure that your remote is paired properly. Once your remote is paired, you'll notice that the bottom remote is gonna be a solid white, as well as you'll see this screen over here where you can select your Wi-Fi. All right, so after you enter your password, you may see a yellow screen that says something about tuning up your playground. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch that because it disappeared so quickly. Straight to this lawyer stuff here. As you can see, they actually have a too long to read section. Basically, it says we don't share your stuff without your permission, and videos don't get stored on the Nex servers or in the cloud. And once you're done agreeing, you'll be in this screen, which says you can see here. Use the remote to go on to the next screen. Make sure your Nex Playground is in the right place. You can see mine is right there. And then I'm gonna go to next. And it says, make sure you are at least 15 inches to 60 inches from the ground, which I am. So let's go ahead and continue. All the way to the edge. Let me double check if mine is to the edge. I wanna say it is to the edge. All right, next. And then okay, let's wake up the playground. But first, click next. Tip, this says avoid wearing any clothes with pattern, long sleeves, or colors that match your walls. And it says avoid non-players in the camera view. That just makes sense because too many people could confuse the system. And then make sure your playing area is clear of furniture and pets. Make sure the room is well lit, no backlights. All right, make sure your cover is off. Okay, hi there. Let's get you standing where the playground sees you best. Okay, so this is the setup process. It tells you to stand right here, kind of make sure you fit. Let's see if I can, like within these areas, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little square or rectangle that you have to stand within. And once it does see you, all right, so here you can go and hit the balls. You know that you have successfully, or the Nex successfully sees you. You can, even like kick the balls. You can see I'm doing here. All right, and make sure that your TV has a game mode. Turn it on. My TV doesn't, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, and after all that, this is the screen where you enter your activation code if you have the play pass. But if not, you can always have the option over here. Just skip for now. All right, so after you're done everything set up, here you are with all the games. All right, so during the unboxing, I talked about this angler here. What it's used for is if your Nex Playground is really too far away from your TV, you can use this to kind of give you a nice little angle to make sure it sees you properly. Or if you want to put the Nex Playground on top of your TV system, you can use the reverse side to put it so that it angles down so that it sees you properly.
Technology never ceases to amaze me. I mean, how do they cram all that technology into something this small? Inside is proprietary computer vision and AI system that tracks 18 nodes on your body in real time using this single camera. Depending on the game being played, it can track up to 4 players. And just in case you're worried about privacy, the algorithms run on the device itself and it isn't stored anywhere like on a server or the cloud. As an additional privacy measure, you can always cover the camera when it's not in use. You can never be too safe, but personally I see it more as a lens protection just so you don't accidentally damage it. Which also means that while you do need the internet to set up the device and download the games, you can play all the games offline without internet connection. With the playground itself and the remote being so small and the feature to download the games, this makes it perfect for traveling as well. I can imagine taking this to family gatherings where every generation can have fun playing together, or even trips where I expect us to have extended downtime in the hotel room. Although for the hotel room, I would probably pick games that don't actually require jumping, as that would be quite unpleasant for anyone on the floor below. I'm not proud to say this, but I would know firsthand because when I was in high school, I once brought Dance Dance Revolution, also known as DDR, to play at a hotel. Let's just say we quickly received a call from the front desk kindly asking us to stop making so much ruckus. So don't make the same mistake and stick with games that don't require jumping unless you're on the first floor. Now to the fun part, playing the games on the Nex Playground. The playground includes 4 starter games: Whack-A-Mole, Party Fowl, Goalkeeper, and Starri. They are additional games you can subscribe to, which I'll talk about more when I talk about pricing. Whack-A-Mole is exactly what you expect it to be. A game where you use your hands as mallets to whack moles. While it can sound simple, things can get crazy pretty fast. Currently, due to my son's age, this is one of his favorite games as it's simple and fun for him. Party Fowl includes a bunch of mini games you can compete against each other with. I wouldn't say any of the games are challenging, but they're still very fun. You can think of this like the Mario Party equivalent. My son and I really enjoyed a game where you use your body to try to match the image shown. Goalkeeper is a game where you play as a goalie. This isn't one of those arcade games where you play a few catches and you get bored because you've pretty much mastered it. It has many gaming elements that come into play where some balls require two hands or even a need to use special attacks to block the soccer balls. It even has an RPG element of eventually earning better gloves. This game really requires good hand-eye coordination to play. Similar to Whack-A-Mole, it starts off easy but can get quite intense. Starri is a music-based game. There are two different modes. One is where you touch the bars called catch, and the other one is called slash, where you slash the different notes. I'm not actually sure which one is harder. Initially, I thought the catch would be the easier mode, so I started with that, but I seem to do much better with slash. They have a pretty decent music selection for many artists you've heard of like Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, and Miley Cyrus. They even have a large selection of Mandarin, Cantonese, and Japanese songs to pick from. Each song also has multiple difficulties. When you combine the different difficulties with a different style of play, it's going to offer endless hours of fun. One thing I found in common with all the games I play was how precise the playground detected where my body or hands were. I never ran into a situation where I felt the camera read my movements wrong. Now, if you decide to subscribe, you get an additional 18 games to play. Some of the games are simple like Hungry Hungry Hippos and Basketball Knockout, while some require more additional thinking like Galax or 2048 Arms. They even have a Peppa Pig jump and giggle game. This is a little different in that it's a bit of a storytelling and then a mini game. This is another one of my son's favorite right now as it offers a wide variety of games that aren't too difficult for a 5-year-old. And of course, there's Nex Gym, the fitness game. Not only does it have nice workout plans, but it also makes sure you're doing everything in proper form. This is a little fun way to keep track of your progress while also getting a workout in. Speaking of fun, Nex Playground also has an official Facebook group where they offer support and feedback. From what I've seen, they respond fairly quickly. And you're probably thinking right now, well, how is this fun? It's just a Facebook group for answering questions. The fun part is that they do sneak peeks at upcoming games and even giveaway challenges. For example, right now, they're doing the Nex Gym Challenge for the National Fitness Month. Basically, complete the 15-day program by May 31st and you'll receive a Lark water bottle and a Nano Dry Trek towel. This particular one isn't one of those drawing contests where you have to enter a raffle or only a lucky few get the prizes. If you finish the 15-day program by May 31st, you get both the bottle and towel guaranteed. How cool is that? I won't be going over all 18 subscription games in this video as I have a dedicated video coming out soon with in-depth insight into all the games, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that video. If you're watching this in the future, I'll have a link down below in the description as well. Okay, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is pricing. The Nex Playground can be purchased for $199. This gets you everything you saw in the unboxing as well as the 4 starter games. By no means would you say $200 is cheap, but if you take a minute to actually think about what you're getting, it's actually a bargain. Currently, the closest gaming console one could purchase that even remotely has similar features is the Nintendo Switch. That currently goes for $299 just for the console and no games. Games on a Switch that offer movement-based gameplay cost anywhere from $20 to $50 each. If you buy the Switch and just 2 games, it would already put you north of $350. $200 for a gaming console and 4 games is a pretty good deal in my book. Nex also offers a subscription that gives you access to their full gaming catalog. The options are $49 quarterly, which means 3 months, or $89 annually. The quarterly Play Pass, I would say, is still a bit steep. If you do the math, it's about $16.33 per month. Still cheaper than Netflix, but the real value comes with the annual pass. Subscribing to the annual pass comes out to be about $7.42 per month to have access to the full catalogs, which means there's no ads or in-app purchases. Currently, the Play Pass catalog includes 18 additional games, but they're also coming out with new games seasonally. Originally, when I first got the Nex Playground about a month ago, there were just 3 games in the coming soon section: bowling, doodleheads, and family fitness challenge. As I started editing this video, they announced an additional 5 games, with all 8 games planned to be released by the end of August. They're so fast as releases that Kinect 4 Bounce came out before I even finished editing this video. With the constant release of new games, it definitely adds even greater value for the Play Pass and makes it a pretty much must-have.
At this point, you're probably wondering, is there anything bad about the Nex Playground? Well, there is something, but it's probably me just being a little bit nitpicky. The controller, more specifically the navigation controls. The controller isn't bad, and it's actually very responsive, and I'm glad they included one. But I really wish we could use gestures to navigate through the games and system settings. Currently, the only use of the controller is to wake up the Nex Playground and navigate through the different games and system menus. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying do away with the controller, but I just want additional navigation controls where I can use movements to select the games and mini games. This way, I don't have to keep picking up and putting down the controller. Not a deal breaker by far, but more of a just would be nice to have or quality of life update. But who knows, since they're always updating the Nex Playground, this could be a feature in the future. I have to say, the Nex Playground really brings a fresh and exciting approach to active gaming. It's an excellent option for parents who want to balance screen time with physical activity, turning a typical gaming session into a fun, energetic workout for the whole family. If you're looking for a way to keep your kids active and entertained, or even find a new way to engage in family fun, the Nex Playground is definitely worth considering. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for an upcoming deep dive into all the subscription games and more exciting reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.